What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're talking about mistakes to avoid when purchasing a new construction home. There's a lot of new construction out there, and we want to make sure that you do all the right things when buying that home and don't make these costly mistakes. All right, so the number one mistake that we want to avoid is working directly with the builder's agent. I'm sure that they're a very nice person and that they smiled really nice to you and talked really nice to you, but I got bad news for you. Their number one interest is in taking care of the builder. And of course it is. They have all the reasons to do that. A, oftentimes they're employed directly by the builder. B, the builder represents a number of sales for that person, as in the whole neighborhood, right? So if this is a neighborhood with 30, 40, 70 homes in it, that person is going to be representing the builder in all of those sales. As important as you are to that on-site agent, the bad news for you is that you're only one sale. So who are they going to look out for when the time comes to look out for somebody? They're always going to look out for their builder. One other super important factor when considering new construction is if you do want an agent to represent you, have that person with you from day one. A lot of the national builders in town will not allow an agent to come into the transaction once the buyer has gone to that community. So if you go out to a community and they ask you the question, do you have an agent? Say yes, because if you say no, you probably are going to be stuck without one. But if you say yes, you will be allowed to have an agent in that transaction. All right, mistake number two is choosing the wrong builder. What we mean by this is that you want to find a builder that builds in the price range that you want to be in. If you're trying to build a $2 million home, you don't want to hire someone that's only built $500,000 homes. And the same goes vice versa. Of course, if you want to build a $500,000 home, don't hire someone who only builds $2 million homes. The budgets are going to be way off either way. The person who builds farmhouses on a regular basis probably is not going to be the right person to build that ultra modern home. They may not have the subs or the crews to be able to build that ultra modern home, and the same goes vice versa. So make sure that you take a full look at someone's portfolio of buildings before you make a decision on who's going to build this home for you. This can save you a lot of headache down the road, and you're going to be sure that you're going to be able to build the home that you want to build by making this right decision. All right, rule number three, ruling out newer resale homes. So what do we mean by this? Homes that are on the market that aren't exactly brand new, but maybe they're a year old or even less than. Oftentimes, with lead times on new construction being so long, someone may go under contract on a home. It takes 8 to 10 months for that home to be built. And by the time closing rolls around, their life has changed. And so now they're putting the home on the resale market. This is a fantastic opportunity as a buyer. If you see this opportunity exist, you really should consider it. Also, when considering this, oftentimes the seller of these resale homes has already worked on the warranty process with the builder. So when you move in, they may have already taken care of a lot of the things that pop up post-closing. Things such as nail pops, or needing new paint here, or taking care of a leak that happens when they moved in that nobody knew about. These are common things that happen in new construction, and that list is honestly quite long. So if somebody's already lived in the home for 6, 12, 18 months, they've already experienced all those problems, and they've already worked with the builder through their warranty process to take care of those. All right, our fourth mistake, and this is a big one, is not preparing for delays. In today's world, in 2023, if you are doing any type of construction, you will have delays. Notice I didn't say you might or you could. No, you will have some delays. I don't mean to sound like a pessimist. It's just the honest truth. And if you're working with someone who's telling you anything different than that, you need to really evaluate what else they're telling you. Our team works heavily in new construction. We have somewhere between 30 to 40 new construction listings in our pipeline, and all of them have experienced some kind of delay this year. So what does that mean? When you're looking at locking in an interest rate on a loan, consider all your options, especially extended rate locks. Consider not locking in an interest rate until you're much closer to being completed. Consider what your current living situation is. Are you going to be terminating a lease, or do you have a home to sell? All of these are important factors. And if you're working with a broker who understands the new construction market, they should be able to help you through this. All right, and our fifth mistake. For all things, please do not skip the home inspection. Listen, I know it seems like new construction homes are going to be perfect. There's going to be no problems with them, but I can assure you, over our years in the business, we have seen plenty of issues with new construction. Look, if you're making any type of investment into a home, please consider getting that home inspection. Just another set of eyes on this property could be a huge savings to you, both in time and finances down the road. For example, just this year, we had some buyers ready to move into a new home. They did the home inspection, and guess what the inspector found? There had been a nail driven through a plumbing pipe, and when he ran the bathtub for more than 20 minutes, guess what was coming through the ceiling? Water. And if they had not had that inspection, that could have ruined their entire first floor living and all their furniture. But they spent $500 in inspection, got it repaired before they moved in, and never had to deal with it again. All right, our sixth mistake here is not checking out reviews of the builder that you go with. Now listen, I'm not talking about just your Google reviews or your Better Business reviews, right? If you go check out the Better Business Bureau reviews of a builder, I can guarantee you they're all gonna be horrible, because the only time somebody does a Better Business review is when they've had a bad experience. Listen, many of these national builders especially are building thousands of homes all across the country each year. Here's what you need to do. You need to hire that professional real estate agent in your marketplace. You could spend a little money and save a lot of time and a lot of headache, and probably end up making more money on your investment. So make sure you choose that real estate broker properly. They're gonna know the places to go look for these reviews. Great tip that I have, drive through other neighborhoods that the builder you're considering has built in, and talk to homeowners who are living in completed homes in that neighborhood. They're gonna tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about their build process. I'll also tell you that the project manager of the builder can make or break your experience as a buyer in new construction. And when you work with a custom builder, sometimes you're going to be working with the owner of the company or a project manager on their behalf. This is a super important relationship, and you want to be sure that you foster it very well from the beginning. The project manager is who's truly building your home and who is on site on a daily basis. So having that relationship with them, understanding what they can and can't do, what they can and can't control, and really treating them with a ton of respect goes a long way in having a great new construction experience. All right, our seventh mistake is not buying early on in a development. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is a cheat code for making money 9 out of 10 times. So if you like money, listen to this. Oftentimes, when a new construction development is opening up their sales process, they're going to be opening with some kind of incentive pricing. This is going to be pricing to get people in the door. Oftentimes, they don't have a lot of product on the ground, they don't have much to sell, and they have a long road ahead of them. They're going to be offering better pricing early on. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's say the neighborhood is about $500,000. If you go in and you get under contract for $500,000 early in this process, and the neighborhood is large enough that you're gonna see 2 to 3 years of construction in this neighborhood, odds are, during the new construction process of this neighborhood, you will see sale prices continue to increase over time, because that's what builders do and that's what they plan on. Now, I don't want you to go in thinking that there's no risk in doing this. Of course there is. There's always a risk when it comes to making money. Some of the risks include maybe the builder goes belly up and they don't finish the neighborhood, or maybe they promised they were gonna build a pool and something changes and they don't build the pool. And of course, there's always the risk that prices don't increase, that they decrease. And so those are some of the risks that you can expect. However, by getting in early on, you are minimizing some of those risks, and you're taking a bet on yourself and your investment that it's going to gain quite a bit of equity throughout the build process. But before you do this, make sure you do the due diligence that you need to do. Talk to your experienced real estate broker. Do the reviews of the builders throughout town. Make sure that you hire the right home inspector. Make sure you do all the things that we've talked about today to put yourself in the best position to build the equity that I'm talking about, because it can be significant. All right, so hope you've enjoyed this video of mistakes to avoid. Remember, it's never too early to talk to a great agent. A great agent will help you even if you're not ready today to buy. Also, if you want to see our tour of a new community being built here in the Triangle, check the video out right here. Other side? Okay. Check the video out right here. We'll talk to you soon.